She wore a cardboard box on her head every single day to school, not for fun, but to hide a face the world refused to accept. They called her a freak, a monster, until one moment changed everything. Asterisk, they say school is supposed to be the best time of your life. But for Mira, it was nothing short of a nightmare. From the day she entered middle school, Mira was different. Not because she wanted to be, but because the world forced her into that corner. Mira had a face that most people couldn't bear to look at without flinching. At the age of 5, a tragic kitchen accident left her with third-degree burns across her face. The scars, despite all treatments, never faded. People stared, children screamed, and even adults looked away in pity or discomfort. First, she tried to ignore it. She wore scarves, masks, hoods, anything to hide her face. But nothing worked. Nothing ever stopped the cruel comments, the whispers in the corridors, the giggles behind her back. She once overheard a teacher say, "Poor girl, such a burden for her parents." That broke something inside her. So, one day, in a moment of desperation, she picked up an empty carton box from the kitchen shelf, cut 2 holes for her eyes, and placed it over her head. It was ridiculous. It was strange. But for the first time, she felt invisible and safe. From that day on, Mira wore the box to school. Every day. At first, teachers tried to stop her, saying it wasn't appropriate. But when her parents came to school and begged them to let her be, saying it was the only way, she agreed to attend. Eventually, they gave up. The students, however, didn't. They found it hilarious. Box monster, cardboard girl, scary spice. The nicknames never stopped. Some tried to snatch the box off her head in the hallways. Others dared each other to talk to her like she was a haunted doll. But Mira never reacted. She sat in the last bench of every class, ate alone, walked home alone, and cried herself to sleep every night. What no one knew was that Mira wasn't just hiding from the world. She was hiding from her reflection. She hadn't looked in a mirror in years. She even brushed her teeth in the dark. Her only wish was to disappear completely. But everything changed in 9th grade. A new student transferred to their school. His name was Adil. He had just moved from another city after his father's job transfer. Unlike others, Adil didn't laugh when he saw Mira. He didn't whisper. He didn't avoid her. Instead, on his first day, he sat beside her. She thought it was a mistake. She didn't speak. He didn't ask. But the next day, he sat beside her again. And the next. And the next. People warned him, "Don't sit with her. You'll become a freak too." But Adil didn't care. He just smiled and said, "She's quieter than most. That's not a bad thing." Slowly, something unusual began to happen. Mira began to speak. Not much, but enough. A word here, a nod there, a small laugh. Adil would talk about his favorite books, stories he was writing, things he noticed in the sky. He made her laugh quietly under the box. For the first time in years, she felt seen. One day, Adil said, "You know, I don't care what your face looks like. I care about what you carry in your heart." Mira froze. No one had ever said anything like that to her before. That night, Mira took off her box at home and looked at her reflection in the mirror. She didn't cry this time. She stared. And for the first time, she whispered, "You're not a monster." Weeks passed. Then came the big event, an annual competition called Voice of Courage, a public speaking contest where students shared personal stories. Mira had no intention of participating. Why would she? She had spent her life trying not to be heard. But something changed when she read the poster again. Voice of Courage, Adil encouraged her. "If anyone in this school has courage, Mira, it's you." She hesitated for days. But eventually, she signed up. People laughed when they saw her name on the list. The box girl is going to speak? What's she going to say, boo? She heard it all. But this time, she didn't hide. She had made a decision. On the day of the competition, students packed into the auditorium. Mira walked onto the stage, still wearing the box. The crowd began to snicker, but she took the mic and said, clearly, "I know what you're thinking. What is this freak doing here?" The room fell silent. She continued, "I wore this box because your stares hurt more than any fire ever could. I wore this because your laughter burned deeper than my scars. But not today." Then, she took off the box. Gasps echoed. People looked down. Some students began to cry. "My name is Mira. It means mirror. I hated my name because I never wanted to look into one." But someone reminded me that what reflects back at you is not always what others see. It's what you choose to believe. She shared her story, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with strength. And when she finished, the hall stood up in applause. Some clapped, some wept, and for the first time, Mira smiled openly in front of the world. She didn't win first place, but she won something far greater: dignity, courage, and a voice. From that day on, the box never returned. Mira walked the school halls with her head held high. The same scars, the same face, but a different soul, and slowly, the same people who once laughed began to listen.